Thaddeus with the
wild orangutan. Orangutan. Orangutan.
The tans or oran.
Orangutan. Gorilla.
Tan.
Silverback.
I mean, you didn't talk. I don't know if
Tan.
it works.
Tanning. Yeah, it sounds great. I think we're perfect.
Tanning Tatum.
I want to make sure I can hear her
Mr. Orange.
That was fantastic of you.
Tan you.
talk. Your microphone.
Tan will.
Your tan come.
Hello.
That's not tangential to.
Hello.
That did not work.
here.
There you go.
So we sound good. We're good on that.
How now, brown cow? The arsonist had oddly shaped feet.
How's it going?
Hello.
Super good.
Welcome to another edition of the Adjust the Mic podcast. It's been a little bit.
Forever.
I know, right?
Forever.
Episode 202, August 1st, 2024. With me tonight, Colleen with it.
I'm here.
Colleen with it.
You can say that.
With her husband and what is he, a speed skater? Was that what he was?
Olympic short track speed skater.
There you go. Mr. Brett Comerford. How's it going there?
Hello, it's going great.
And along with us also is the Thaddeus of Cranstonite.
Hello.
How are you, sir?
Good. Good.
It's really good to see you guys. We haven't recorded here in it's been a few weeks.
I think for me it's been over a month.
I think they say hot
For
minute
sure.
nowadays.
I feel like every year we go through one stint where it's like a month. And we've been doing this for like 4 or 5 years now, guys.
I cannot believe it.
It's
like
weird,
I
right?
thought about the other day. I was like, wow, 2020 was 4 years ago. What?
Think about how we used to talk and how nervous we were about everything we said on the microphone at first. Compared to now, it's just like throw this crap together, get it all started, hit play, and it's as good as it's ever been. Like I still have a great time doing it.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So thank you guys for showing up. We had Kelsey's
God, so
hooked
good.
it up
Yummy.
tonight.
So good.
My daughter started her job there today, and a special thank you to Thaddeus Cranstonite over there for that.
It was a handoff.
I appreciate you and Big Nick and just really everybody at Kelsey's. My first job was at Subway, and my girlfriend Tori worked over there at with Tim Gibbs and just everybody that I was going to school with at that time, or that was a couple years older than us, kind of going through.
It was like the coolest place back then.
After high school, and it was the best. It was the best, and for us to be at like my son's registration, getting text messages about Allee getting a job, and she just turned 16 on Monday. So how awesome is that?
Like watching you hand her birth certificate and social security card. I was like, oh my God. Like as a parent, it's so crazy.
She's driven through Atlanta, Georgia this summer. She's driving everywhere.
She's got a good head on her shoulders, though.
Yeah.
Like you can keep a conversation with her, and that's awesome.
Yep. It's just amazing. And her friends Savannah and Josie work there. So
really?
They're all working the
oh
register,
my God.
all young.
They're gonna make the best memories. Oh my God, they better enjoy it now because Publix was like my first real job, and I made the best friends then, and we used to fuck around so much, and like you didn't give a shit, It was just you really had a good time because then eventually it becomes a job.
Exactly.
We'll be seeing her on some Friday nights because we often go there.
And it was
those meatballs.
It went from like, oh, she's going to get a job, I think, to she got one, to you start tomorrow.
It's so funny because in the restaurant industry, it's like that. So, but I mean, I'm sure they love her because like now that I'm at Bricks a lot, our poor HR guy, every day he's like, I'm going to go for an interview. And then he comes back, they didn't show up. Like they give everyone interviews and it's like they don't show up, like, or they do. And it's like they get hired and then they're gone. And it's like,
wow. It's so different.
Completely. 2020 changed it.
It used to be you just go, like when I was a manager, you had to like go through the stacks of resume or of applications, like they were handwritten, right?
Before 2020,
we didn't have the internet.
Everybody wanted a job at Playlinda. Everybody. It was crazy. And to keep your job there, you really had to work hard. And then 2020 happens and now it's just nobody wants to work.
It's a big shift and a mindset. That mindset is hard to come into and hard to get out of. Well, or maybe quick to get into and hard to get out of.
Like, why would kids want to do that hard work when they can go online and post stuff and make money now?
It's true. I mean, there's a statistic I was watching, like there's like a large percentage of kids that are growing up when we were growing up, we wanted to be a cop, a fireman, a teacher, an astronaut, a professional sports, athlete. And now they all want to be influencers. But like, my son was, on YouTube. That's all he, consumes is YouTube channels and people's YouTube. So you go, what do you want to do? I want to be an influencer or have a YouTube channel and make money.
The problem is they're so much more difficult than people think.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're constantly editing and recording.
It's a totally different mindset.
They say like if you leave a real job and you go do that, it's like 10 times more work than just working a 9 to 5.
Yep. And you're always constantly having ideas to come up with a new funny clip or something.
Yeah,
if you make it, you really make it. But man,
yeah,
you have to have that personality that just is blind.
Yeah, no thanks.
There's not many Mr. Beasts out there though.
Yeah, and he's getting hit from all different directions right now with drama.
Yeah,
he has ex-employees coming out.
I'm a Mark Rober girly.
Crazy.
I love Mark Rober.
Well, you have all your reality shows.
Oh yeah. So I watch a lot of recaps of the reality shows and people talking about the shows that I just watched. It's pretty sad.
See?
On YouTube.
Love Island USA just killed it. It was so good.
I don't know how many YouTube shows that she can watch just based on like Real Housewives. And it's like,
because there's like 3 different ones on all the time. Like there's Jersey, Dubai, and OC right now.
Yeah, but then you got 6 or 7 different influencers.
And then Southern Charm's about to start.
I saw a friend, Catherine, in town a few weeks ago. First thing she says is, I love listening because I get to listen to Colleen talk about all the shows I watch too.
Big Brother started up too.
Yeah.
My daughter watches the Big Brother and brings me over there. Says, I got to watch it with her.
Did you watch the season? Did you start?
The worst show ever. It's ridiculous.
It used to be really good.
Did you not see the lady lose her mind on the first week? Like she was the HOH and she literally thought that everybody was plotting against her and you watch her all night make up these things and she just goes off on this poor guy out of nowhere looking like a psycho.
It's changed so much. It's like, it's so scripted now or like.
Yeah, it's edited.
I saw the first Big Brothers. Like I didn't watch the whole seasons, but I saw it because we were watching Survivor back then and all that kind of stuff. And,
Survivor's the best.
And I thought it was okay. Like I watched the first Survivor with Richard and all those guys, but I never watched the second. When I watched The Real World back in the day, I think I watched maybe the first season or 2, but then after that I didn't care because after you watch something one time, I don't want to watch it again the same way with different people. I just don't.
See, like I was into Big Brother really heavy. But then when my mom passed away, I kind of just like...
Because they would watch it together.
Yeah, we watched it together growing up. And I kind of just lost interest.
Yeah.
And, we would talk about it in the family text. And now it's like, that's not there anymore. So it's just kind of...
Yeah.
And I hate it because like I watched it, but I didn't get into it until like him and his mom. And now it's like I'm still getting into it. And literally... There's nobody to talk to about it. Like my whole life, there's nobody else that watches like my shows. I can talk to nobody about the
I'll read
Housewives.
like a spoiler every week.
That's why I watch all those YouTube channels because like I don't have any friends that watch that. Like, come on. I love reality TV
wait,
so much.
Sad. Do you know what Big Brother is?
I do not.
What?
Explain it.
Oh my God, Dad. Okay, so these people all get locked in a house for like 70 something days and you get no
90.
access to anything. And you basically vote people off every week and they have to do competitions and become like head of household and nominate people and do things to people.
But there's
It's,
no contact with the outside world.
Yeah. So like all these people in here still don't know that Trump got shot and that President Biden is no longer running for president. They don't know that yet. And it's funny to watch Julie Chen tell these people when they come out and sit down. She's like, "We have some news for you."
She's like the moderator kind of host.
It's like, yes, she's been there since day one.
Almost left when.
Yeah, when her husband, Julie Chen Moonves now. But no, I like Survivor better.
But I mean, I guess to be fair to you, like you watching all these YouTube shows and stuff on the same show over and over is probably how I was watching ESPN or Sports Center. I
It is just like
I just
that.
watched the game and then I go watch it reviewed on Sports Center afterwards.
People have wrestling. They have that. Like they have their things Comic-Con and it's like they have BravoCon. We're like all these reality stars and it's like, oh my God, I would die. Like, but I don't want to, I don't want to meet them because I know I'll be
I
disappointed.
think Stars a little.
Because I know it's not all real. I'm not dumb. But it's more entertaining to me to watch something that could possibly be real, like than to somebody just made something up completely.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been watching it ever since Real World. Like for real. I watch all of them. I watch all the challenges. I watch Flavor of Love. I watch Rock of Love. I watched everything on VH1.
I couldn't watch the Flavor of Love. I did watch when he was at the rehab with Sylvester Stallone's ex.
Did you know on
Ron
Flavor?
Jeremy and all them. I was all about that one.
On the Flavor of Love, this chick, when they were eliminating, pooped her pants on, like, in front of everybody on the stairs on the show.
Ew.
Yeah, she got nervous and pooped.
gross.
Was it in the sin?
Ew.
Oh my God. Oh, the Olympics.
So you guys have been watching the Olympics, huh? T, do you watch them at all?
I've been catching some clips from Tahiti,
Yeah.
and I watched what I watched this morning. What are they called when they row the little skiffs? The
Rowing.
rowing. Yeah,
Is that what it is?
Canoeing?
Yeah,
Is
I think
it
it's
like when they're doing?
kayaking?
Is it when there's like a whole bunch of them
Yeah.
in unison doing that shit in the
5
ocean, or-
minutes of, and then you die after the finish line.
Yeah.
This guy's
Some of those races are long too.
There's like some new movie that I didn't watch it, but that came out that is about that. Like
I
some
think it's just
champion
called
row
rowing
team.
or crewing, maybe.
crew,
Yeah.
something like that.
I think it was a.
They do
four-man.
have a rowing, just rowing.
They were getting it.
Yeah, it was like the 4-man.
Yeah,
right?
it's amazing. Like that's just that's
A
a
ruler.
man. That's tough.
Yeah.
They even have like the whitewater kayaking. You seen all that?
Where?
Oh, because they have
doing
canoe
that at?
slalom.
At the Olympics, like so they're going down like
With those little
rapids.
one man through like
yeah, and they have to
class
go back,
4,
they have
class
to go-
5 rapids.
They have to go
kind of
back
thing.
up through the gates and like paddle up river and then go like
Wow,
I've not seen that.
I haven't either.
those guys are like talking about dying.
So let's break this down real quick. So I was we were eating Kelsey's there in the kitchen, right?
Yep.
And T, I think we were listening to a conversation of the Comerfords over here talking about what sports that they could compete in in
yeah.
the Olympics. What's up with that? Is that what y'all do? Y'all watch the Olympics and go, "Oh, we can do this.
So-
we can do that."
No,
I'm a huge Olympic fan.
we like watching the Olympics.
I do too. It's fun.
It's really cool to see people work so hard, like
Yeah.
go out and USA's amazing. Like the women's gymnastics proves it, man. Like you can't even watch the other countries because you're like, oh, they're not that good. Like I said about the skateboarding, what? That was a rant for later.
I think there's 3 sports I could do though.
What are the 3 sports?
I think I could do the speed skating.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't say I would be good. I could do it.
Oh,
Would you be speedy?
I mean, I'd
With
be,
skating?
then you could do the swimming.
It's all
or
relative.
would we
right?
call it
I mean, it
skating?
depends on my shoes. I mean, my skates. You know,
Yeah,
like
And
a
then-
super
A blade.
Yeah.
a long blade.
Get the net.
The longer the
All right,
blade,
what's the other one?
faster the
I
Comerford.
think I could. What was? I was just crap. I forgot.
Probably archery.
Yeah, archery.
Yeah, archery. Yeah.
I could probably do the air rifle, an air gun.
The pistol.
He's showing me this. I'm
you
like,
see the guy
what
from
is
Turkey?
that?
Yeah, the turkey pistolosa guy. They got all kinds of funny memes of him already.
Yeah, they all have like eye monocles and all these things, and he just goes out there and hand in his pocket and just points and shoots.
I kind of got
From Alabama.
one gnarly one. Did y'all hear about the female boxing
Yep.
with the girl? There was an Algerian born male who was in the female, right?
I heard two things.
And then there was a female from that was in it.
Yeah. One tested, though, with the XY.
Well,
the other one...
I don't know if that's real or propaganda yet.
I don't either. I just seen Joe Rogan.
What are y'all talking about?
I'm like, I've seen both, just like what T's saying. There was a picture of this Algerian boxer that was a male boxer, and then a female, I guess, did a change. But then some people were saying that person was born with both things, but is more of a male.
Intersex.
Yeah, but is more of a male.
Yeah, but they get the shit beat out of them.
And you might be able to go up to the picture. Like, see that right there? That's the guy. And you can see his huge shoulders. I mean, he's got male shoulders. I don't care anyways. And then that girl right there, she said he hit her 2 times, and she's like, I've never been hit that hard in my life. And she had to stop after the first round.
I saw the other fight. I seen the other one. But
and in the world champions, that male that fought or whatever was did not qualify and had no XY, none of that stuff tested out in the world championships, but in the Olympics it did, from what I understand, at least of it. But I could be wrong.
I didn't even know anything about this.
Yep.
I mean, I'm all on swimming. Simone Biles, like, she is seriously so amazing. Her documentary is so good.
Sorry.
And like, she gets so high and she does so much cool shit that you can't even see it when she's doing it, because it's so fast. And it's like, when they slow it down and you can see what this girl can do, it's like, what?
Oh yeah, she's amazing. She's been doing it for years.
It's so cool because she's 29.
Oh yeah, she's been doing it since she was like 14.
Like, those other girls have to be like, please retire, please retire.
And she just got the gold, right, for the all around or something.
And Suni got
Silver.
Bronze.
Oh yeah, bronze. Yeah. Oh man, Suni had to do like the most perfect floor exercise to get the bronze, and she ended up
somebody else
just getting it, and it was like so emotional. It was so great.
Wow.
I love the Olympics.
I like swimmers. The swimming events are like some of my favorite to watch for some reason.
They are pretty awesome. We used to have the Phelps guy, right? That everybody would just watch.
The Phelps guy? Michael Phelps.
Did you see the one with
the most decorated Olympian in all of history?
With
the Phelps guy?
Katie Ledecky last night. It says she's like the number 2 swimmer ever behind Phelps.
I couldn't tell you anybody's name in the Olympics.
Are you kidding?
Well, if you think about it, when the Olympics, you would hear about the Olympics on TV usually, or on Sports Center, and they would start talking about the people. I don't watch those things. I don't watch Sports Center anymore. I don't have ESPN. I have apps. I have Netflix and HBO.
I read everything. I don't ever watch.
And when I go online, I'm always reading all the drama, either on Twitter or just nothing. I don't like. The older I get, guys, like, we started off social media. The older that I get, the harder it is for me to focus on it or get on it too much and like scroll and
I don't get on like Facebook and stuff. I will admit,
stop.
You're addicted to TikTok. This guy's a TikTok
like,
whore.
I go on TikTok.
I like TikTok a lot.
I can sit there and laugh my ass off for hours if I have the opportunity, which I don't have that much time off.
Instagram, I'm okay with too.
TikTok, time disappears. Like, it literally, boom, just like that, it's gone. And it's a problem.
You kind of wake up and be like, you sent me 15 TikToks last night. I was like, yeah.
Oh yeah.
He expects me to watch all of them all the way through, and this guy's like sending me stuff that he thinks is hilarious, and I'm watching it like, what is supposed to be funny about this? Like,
I love TikTok, sharing them with everybody. Just
it got to the point now where I click.
I kind of like making them too. I made a few with Butters. And
I don't even have to click share anymore. It just says send to Colleen.
Yep.
Oh, I shared with you a TikTok. Did you see the Robert Downey Jr. thing? Oh my God, at Comic-Con this weekend, they announced the new Doctor Doom. And it was the coolest announcement ever, right? Nobody knew who it was. And it's like, they have all these guys come out in like these green cloaks and these masks and everything. And they're like, we're going to show you the next Doctor Doom. And they like all move to the side. And then one guy walks up and he takes off his hood and he takes off his mask. And it's Robert Downey Jr. And he's like, and the crowd like fucking lost their minds. It was so great.
Wow.
But now everybody's like, they're trying to figure out how Iron Man and Doctor Doom can live in the same universe, because they will end up meeting up. And so
Yeah, but they
my
said that-
TikToks are now like these guys like trying to explain the different universes. Like, you know, it's a comic. Anything can happen.
But they said Iron Man portrayed him, or Doctor Doom, in one of the timelines somewhere.
Right. That's what I was saying. I was like, that's probably the closest thing. But the reveal was probably one of the coolest things. I can't imagine the people that were there that are like, oh my God. Because like Iron Man was my favorite.
Like, I would watch it, but I don't follow it enough to like be that excited.
I just like Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah.
Like he overcame a lot and he's cool. And like,
It is cool.
He is.
he makes good decisions. And he's like he's got that riz. I hate even saying that, but he's got something about him.
Oh my god!
It's when it comes to the Marvel stuff, man, it's like I love it, don't get me wrong, but they're very confused right now. Like Disney in general. They're like they're putting out all these TV shows, you know, and it's content because they're trying to fill up content for their platform. But at the same time, it's really like there's some of the stories are an animated stuff that's really hard to watch that you got to watch, and then there's the what if stuff, and then there's the TV one, you know, where there was
I don't get how you decide what path to take.
Well, I think they're buying time,
and that's what they're doing, and they're trying to get this Secret Wars thing going.
Yeah,
and if I'm being honest, in my opinion, like I'm a comic nerd a little bit. I don't read them all, but I'm a collector and. Like Donny Cates is this writer that's writing a lot of the current stories, and they're redoing X-Men in a really cool way.
That does look cool.
And in 10 and 15 years from now, we're going to be hearing about these stories. And I'm excited about these stories because I kind of have the comics and I have multiple copies of the important ones. And you know what I'm saying? All of these stories, like anything from Infinity Wars, was from comic books. But it was written from comic books from the 80s, and it was all spread out. The stories, and they weren't the best, like well written. So, you know, these Marvel movies, they kind of had to get these stories done in a lot better of a way.
I've never read a comic book.
So what's up with the new movie, the Deadpool and whatever?
I haven't watched it yet.
But like, because Deadpool was part of the Marvel universe.
And I think that's
Endgame,
part of the
right?
play within this. And I'm sure what they're doing, if you want, like, they're going to be setting up Silver Surfer, Deadpool, and they're all going to be like the new Avengers in a way, or another version of them. But they're having this thing called Secret Wars. And Secret Wars is where a lot of superheroes come together to fight a big evil, just like Infinity Wars that we just watched with Thanos, right? So it's going to be a similar thing. And I have all those Secret Wars comics and everything. But
That's cool, you know, like that.
But that's why Disney was trying to buy you know, Spider-Man and all that stuff from Sony and Venom, you know, and Sony and just keeps putting out crap movies with both of them, except for the Miles Morales Spider-Man that Post Malone is did the album for, did the soundtrack for. Is you have to watch the Multiverse Spider-Man with Miles Morales. It's like it's all animated, but the animation is just the most badass animation ever. And the music and the story, like the music is just really, really good.
Well, we only started, like, we just decided one day we were going to watch all the Marvel movies. And, like, we really like them, but I'm not trying to go anywhere further than that. Like, you know,
Yeah, but it was cool because we could watch them in, like, we started watching
the
them.
actual order.
We did it in the chronological order, like a real life timeline versus how they were released, and it made so much more sense because it was a full story.
Well,
Yeah.
and if you and also like when you're asking about the Deadpool Wolverine kind of thing, there was comics that were in the 80s and 90s that was Deadpool versus Wolverine, you know, Spider-Man versus, you know, so and so, and they were just like a whole series of comics that would be about them too, maybe 20 or 30 issues that would tell the story of a battle between them two. You know
Like,
what I mean?
is this because, like, with comic books, like, could they
Comic books
do
are just
that?
short.
Like, what if the one guy writes Superman, one guy writes Batman, and then one dude decides to write about them fighting? Like, when the other guy get mad, like you're writing about Batman?
Well, usually it's a collaboration between two,
Okay.
you know, like whoever's the head of one character and the head of another. You're in a sales meeting.
Oh my
with the
God.
chiefs,
Can you
and
imagine
you're
how that goes?
Wolverine guy, let's get him fighting with Spider-Man. So the writers of Spider-Man and Wolverine probably get together, collab on something. You have to mix it
I
up.
mean, these
Okay.
stories are wild anyways. I cannot imagine how these stories and meetings
and it was
go.
all just
like,
a short story thing. Like comics were just short stories from, you know, someone being real creative, and the fight of good versus evil is as simple as that, you know. And then as it would go on, you just, you know, just like any series.
They are really good movies.
And but
Like Guardians of the Galaxy.
like Guardian, that's my favorite. I
So
loved
good. That
everything
soundtrack.
Guardians, and but with these comics and these stories, there's so much stuff coming out from all these different directions. And as I'm getting older, man, getting onto social media and learning about this stuff, it's getting old, bro. I'm getting tired.
I think so. I'm
getting tired of being
I'm
a
gonna stick to
fanboy.
reality TV. I've been doing it my whole life. I don't have to learn anything new.
Like The Boys. I love The Boys on Amazon.
I am
love
not watching this next season.
House of Dragon is amazing on HBO right now. The Furiosa movie, the Mad Max that just came out.
Yeah.
That was fantastic.
Cool.
We just been watching stand-up specials.
I don't even watch any streaming anymore.
No, except for when I make you.
I mean, I'll watch some stuff on my tablet.
We watch
every once in a
Netflix
while.
stand-up specials a lot.
Yeah, everything on Netflix, but like honestly, I'm trying to just not watch as much TV too.
Huh?
Like you know what I do? I throw on Pluto TV and watch Tosh.0, and so because you can just turn the TV on and laugh because this show is so funny. But then I'll just go outside and work in the yard or
That's what
out
you
the
like
house.
to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and
I like to watch TV.
and at night I'll put Big Bang Theory on, fall asleep, and then
Yeah.
I'll let it play in the background.
Heck yeah, man. Well, you guys want to take a little break here real quick and then we'll
Yes.
come back?
Yeah.
Cool.
All good.
Get closer. Playing the piano.
Hello?
Hello. Yeah, hello.
Who is this?
Yeah, I want to know who this is right now.
Who the hell are you?
Let me ask you a question. Why are you calling my girlfriend in the middle of the night?
I think you got the wrong number, buddy.
Don't make excuses, boy. You tell me who you are.
Let me tell you something.
Don't deny it, boy.
I'm a 70-year-old man.
You better tell me
I
the
don't
truth
call
right now.
women in the middle of the night.
Don't even know what I'm talking
And if
about.
you
I am
fuck
so
with
angry
me,
right now.
I
You
will
are getting
kill
me
you.
frustrated.
Come get me, boy. Come get me,
Stop
fuck boy.
yapping and listen. How long
And
has
I
it been
will
going
kill
on between
you.
and
I'm
her?
a fucking Marine.
Oh, really?
And I'm a fucking 5th degree black belt, and I will kill you. Who
You be
the
knowing
fuck
what's
are
going
you,
on,
you
no
fucking
doubt.
little piece of shit fucking scumbag call me like this shit? I'll fucking kill you, motherfucker. You ain't never meant nothing.
We are back from break.
Back to reality.
ChatGPT, girl. You got to get on there.
Yeah, I'm going to.
It's amazing.
I couldn't believe how much it helped. Like, oh my God.
Thad'll be riffing on some stuff and I'll get to see it sometimes and he'll see mine. And it's so much fun. The options are endless.
So let me tell you what I had to do. So for work, I have to wrap books. They do this mystery blind date with book thing. I have to wrap these books and then come up with like a real short description that I can write on the front to say like to make you want to pick that book. And I had to go and research these books and like try to figure out how I can say in one sentence, like wrap it up. And it would take me so long. And these people were like all in, like they sold 20 in the first day or something. I'm like, oh my God, like it took me so long. And Brent's like, use ChatGPT. And I know you've been telling me to use it forever, but I just didn't want to do it. So he did it. And when I saw how quickly it came up with a one line summary, oh my God, life changing, hours changing.
Wow.
My God, thank you.
You gotta be careful when you use like text and you try to like present it publicly, because a lot of times people can tell, hey, this is AI generated. This isn't a human that wrote this, right? So sometimes you got to like really pay attention and modify things and kind of fine tune it. But I wish we had this when I was in like high school and college.
I wouldn't have learned anything if we did.
Did we learn anything anyways?
No. We learned the streets. No. Just kidding.
On the job training.
Oh, God. Yep. What's up, Scott? What are you shaking your head about over there?
Nothing. My brain's kind of floating around everywhere.
Hey, you wanted to float around to Venezuela, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Venezuela, I have a coworker that lives down in Miami that's from Venezuela. And with everything, they just had an election this last few days ago or so. And for the last 20, 25 years, in Venezuela, they've kind of been a dictatorship. And have had, a gnarly guy down there running the show. And within that last 20 to 25 years, like I think it's estimated 8 million people have left and live outside of that country. And they love their country. There's a lot to love about, Venezuela. And there's been a lot of gnarly things happening. Well, I guess one of these opposition leader, woman who's been in politics struck the right chord with the people, and a lot of hope got pushed behind her. And this Maduro guy keeps, wouldn't let her run, so they had to have somebody else run. Well, the election happened, and, pretty much everybody knows that the Maduro guy got his ass whooped, in this competition. He is saying Elon Musk, they're like offering to fist fight each other. It's so like, this guy is doing everything he can to hold on to power, and the people are rising up against him right now.
Yeah.
And it's gnarly, and I don't know, like, nobody knows what's going to happen.
The only thing I saw was he was saying, I can prove there was a bunch of corruption. And
well, supposedly the opposition says they have proof of the main guy dictator cheating.
Right, but he's saying just the opposite, right? So he's trying to get ahead of it.
And I think that would be anybody who's in power. Like when you see any propaganda from any country, including our own, you're always got the higher ground. Even when you don't.
He's wanting to fight Elon Musk.
I love how Elon's like,
what?
Oh, dude, that's been going. I'm on Twitter a lot, and I see all this real time, and it's hilarious to me. That's where I get stuff, and
it's like all these Elon's like tweets. Are they still called tweets?
Well, whatever they're called.
Are they real?
What are they
called? Elon is he's the one who writes from his account, from his verified account.
Well, I see
seriously
like TikTok and Facebook. I'm like, I don't know if they're real or not.
You have to actually look at the name, because there are Elon Musk fake accounts, parody accounts, jokey accounts. Like for every famous person that is on social media, there are probably 50 to 100 accounts that are named real close to, in order to try to fake people out.
Yeah, same thing on like TikTok and stuff.
So when you're seeing a TikTok and you're wondering if it's real or not, it depends on what the name is and if it was photoshopped or not.
Yeah, because a lot of times it'll be like Elon Musk will be like Elon_Musk. It's like the fake account.
Yeah, there's going to be a million of them.
Yeah.
So who knows? But from Twitter, you can see what his posts, and he posts so much on his account that some of it, a lot of it's real stuff. He posts a lot of wrong, fake stuff too. Like he shares things from other people that ends up being fake. So it's kind of hard to decipher what's real and what's not.
Like, was that one real? Was that really him?
I didn't even see it to know.
So in Venezuela, what's going to happen?
Yeah, he actually verbally says it all the time.
So what happens in Venezuela now? Like, is there a date in time, like when he would have to? I mean, like, it's not like America. So like, what?
He's the whoever's in charge, unless he either gets taken captive or killed, or unless the military of that country decides not to follow him. Those are the only ways that guy, he'll keep power if he keeps power of the military.
I wonder how he's keeping power, how all these other people are still supporting him when there's that many people not.
Usually fear is a very strong way to get anybody to do anything.
Oh, man. I'm so glad we live in America. Oh, I don't want to get into politics.
No.
The problem is I don't want to say we're going to be involved.
Yeah, but what I'm I guess is bringing up, within this is like somebody that I know and work with every day has family that lives down there and, works here and sends money there. The money that you send there right now they're like, oh man, this is amazing, but I don't even know if this is if I can even spend it, because money, stores are being shut down. There's millions of people in the streets, it's pretty chaotic right now. And you just got to have, hope that anybody that that knows anybody down there, man, you got to hope that they're safe, man. Really pray for those people, man.
Been through a lot.
They've been through a lot.
That's where I remember hearing about some people going through some hard times in Venezuela, and everybody was trying to get to the mayonnaise for their babies so they could have a scoop of protein if the food is sparse, because it's a get through kind of.
Well, they've been going through some really tough times for a few years, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. 20, 25 years down there. It's been awful.
Yeah, but it hasn't been like really bad like the last 2 or 3.
I mean, yeah, and it's been on a steady decline if you look at the trajectory of that country, and they're just completely ripping the resources out.
Well, like, does the guy running it think he's doing a good job? Is he like, I'm the best leader?
Well, I mean, every leader, Saddam Hussein, like, we can go down the list of anybody who's a dictator in a country, and they're going to pretty much tell you and everybody that they're the best, right?
You know, it's wild.
If they don't, then why are they?
North Korea had people in the Olympics. How's that? Like Brent said, I guess they have handlers, but like what?
They were taking pictures with the North and South Koreans were taking selfies together in friendship.
And you realize we were watching that diving yesterday that they won the silver medal?
Wait, how can that happen?
Well, think about it, Colleen. The people don't hate each other. The leaders hate each other. The people in North Korea and South Korea are related to each other. There are families in North Korea that have never seen their brothers and their sisters that are in South Korea because of a line that got made up after a war ended.
I just didn't know how much people in North Korea actually know. And like from what I've seen, they don't know a lot.
Oh, they don't.
And so it's like, so now they're going to the Olympics, and like that's got to be like, okay, guess what? Look at all this out here.
And outside of the propaganda machine, those people, like there's just like us in America, we can have an IP address hidden, and we can get on technology to show us the internet anywhere. Every country, if a person has the means to get to access to that technology, then they can see the truth. So you have to think in. At least I would hope that this would be for them, like in my opinion, that the North Koreans, because they try to escape all the time, and it's finally kind of buttoned up towards real hard for them to happen. Like they actually have in Cuba, they had some people go to Cuba from North Korea, like some diplomats, and then they took off and ran because like it's not the best place to be.
Well, yeah.
And there's a lot of fear in living up there, and there's the food, and there's a lot of problems.
But you gotta remember, the majority of the population aren't aware of that because they've been raised that way since they were newborns, right?
Just like if you're in Appalachia, and you got people that live in the mountains.
That's what I'm saying. Can you imagine?
You don't know anything else.
Growing, like living that way, and then all of a sudden, like the blindfold's off, and you see a totally different world. That's like the stuff you talk about when you get really high, and you're like, "What if we're really just in a snow globe?" And this whole time, there's like
totally.
I don't know.
It's insane.
But yeah, they actually won a medal yesterday.
That's I gotta get it. I gotta look into this, man, because like I don't see how any of this is working. Are they gonna get murdered now?
No, back in the 90s, they said that you could probably get executed if you didn't win a medal. They said that was the last time that happened was in the early 90s.
You think that they're not gonna get in trouble for taking a picture with somebody in South Korea?
Well, they say now that if you don't win a medal, they basically publicly shame you.
Oh no!
Every 3 to 4 days. As being a disgrace to your people.
Oh my God.
And then, in rare cases, your family could be, held accountable for your actions. That's why they don't run, right? Even if the Olympics, they ran away, their family would be in trouble.
Yeah. God, that sucks. See? USA, baby.
Freedom. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's...
Oh man, we got to talk about something happier than this, man. You guys just totally killing the vibe.
Don't you got like you're gonna Kodiak bear your feelings thing coming at us?
Yeah. Nah.
What?
We'll leave that alone.
The vibe isn't right.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is that dude from?
Yo Gabba Gabba.
Yo Gabba Gabba, that's what it is. Okay.
Yeah, that's coming back up too on Apple TV.
Yeah.
Are the people still the same people, the Aquabats doing it?
Yep. DJ Lance Rock and all them. Yep.
I always wish my kids would have gotten into that. But no, I get Coco Melon Lane and Thomas things. Yeah.
The Aquabats.
Yeah.
Like, the Aquabats are so cool.
They are.
Like, I could not force my kids to like it. It sucked. I was like, I put on Yo Gabba Gabba all the time.
Allie loved them.
And now, and it's
Allie
like,
loved
no, Thomas.
Dave was on there once, right?
Yes, Dave Grohl was on there. And they're live stage act too.
But like to your point, like I guess I wasn't sure if I was gonna or not yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's like, we all kind of like, we haven't recorded in a few weeks, or a month or more on here. And, part of it's like, we've been doing it 4 or 5 years now. It's expensive to run. You got to hope that you're doing it for everybody still having fun. It's got to be fun. And sometimes doing this every week turns into more of a job than fun, and, other things come into our lives, and ups and downs happen, whether it's school, work, relationships, whatever the case may be. And man, this summer has been a summer of a lot of things. So putting this aside for a little while to figure some shit out was kind of important.
Yeah.
And, part of it, I'll be honest, was contemplating even, continuing to do it it's so much fun, but it is not cheap to host websites. And it's over $100, a month just in paying for fees and being able to do this. Right. And then if you want to do it well, it's a lot more. And then you have equipment and time and energy, and all that comes into play. So if you don't have the right support in doing it, and you're just doing it on your own, sometimes the motivation, it can be difficult. And there's all these new ways and new technologies and new things, and you're like, well, am I focusing my energy in the right place, and am I taking that X amount of money per month and putting it towards something that gives me the most happiness, internally? Or should that go towards like family time or towards, other times? And, there's all these questions that should come up in every one of our brains, at least at some point in our life, saying, does this TV show make me happy? Does this food make me happy? Does this, music make me happy right now? Do I need to read a book or a podcast, or do I need to do anything different than what I'm doing right now? And it's like, from my worst times, like about 12 years ago, coming over addiction and everything, it's like I've only had a couple big speed bumps that really affected me. Other than that, I've been kind of in this positive, good growth mode, and I'll take a couple steps back. I have mental breakdowns like anybody does. I had one with Charlie when we were on the show, just because he wouldn't listen to me, and I love the guy, you know what I mean? But he was so concerned about leaving here, and I was so concerned, to go on to what he had to do next, that my, sensitive, overthinking brain's like, well, that tells me you don't want to be here.
Well, especially since he was just telling you to move from behind the bar.
Yeah.
You were just like totally in your feels that day, and then just got wild.
Yeah.
Because like he literally just wanted to get out from behind the bar, but you were like, because he's had that kind of attitude.
Well,
yeah.
and he said something like, I got to get out of here. And he said that like 7 or 8 times within like a 2-minute span.
I don't think you heard him because he was standing to me because I was in his way. Like, and I couldn't get out of the way because you were my way. And I was like, where do you want me to go, Charlie?
I just took it, totally wrong and blah, blah, blah and whatever. But like, that's just what it was, And to me, I want to have people around that support each other and that want to do stuff. And if you don't want to do it, no hard feelings. But let's like talk about it and get it over with. You know what I mean? Like, I like to rip the Band-Aid off of things. I don't like to let things percolate and be negative, because I feel that energy, and it can damage me sometimes. And when I really think about all of the work that I've done, it's like, that's the one thing that I never worried about, was I know who I am and I know what I'm about. Why do I let little things that I can't control bother me? Like other people's motivations or other people's wants and stuff. Because I'm a fixer, man. If I hear someone going, I feel bad for them, and I want to help that person and be there. And sometimes I need to understand and learn how to be that right person for somebody. And if you can't figure it out, you lose your you lose your way a little bit, so you're seeking help and reaching out, and you develop and you start to learn who the people that really care about you are, and the ones that don't care about you and who they are, and the ones that don't know if they care about you or not and who they are. And it's all okay. Like so many of us has been like so much trauma in our lives that those traumas define who we are, when a lot of times they shouldn't define who we are. And I'm no different. I'm like, whether it's work or anything, I'm a super confident person in a lot of ways. But when it comes to like accepting somebody and love and things like that, I don't know, man. Like I'm all in. But if the other person isn't and can't communicate, it gets real hard. And like, once you do that communication, it all slows down and feels a lot better. Like always, whether it's good or bad news.
Communication's the best. That's how Brent, like I never met a guy like him who wanted to talk through everything. He would never let me just like do my little things I used to do, like get in a car and drive away, or like, throw a fit. Like we literally had to talk it out. And it's like, wow, the way it makes you feel inside. Because I know I'm a people pleaser too. And it's like you feel so bad and you don't know why, because it's not like it's affecting you, and sometimes you feel bad and that other person's you're not even in their realm, but you have spent all this time worried about them, and there's no reason for it.
There
and
really
it's like simple conversations can just put everything at ease.
Yeah
I don't know, but you have to know how to communicate with somebody.
I've always been one of those, you gotta like, let's get to the root,
talk it out,
and then let the pieces fall where they may. And I am not scared of the pieces falling and not in the way that I want. You know what I mean?
Right. Because like as long as everybody's you understand, like, hey, I don't like you. Fine. We can coexist. Like you don't need to hate or whatever. It's just like, okay, this is what it is. And we'll move on. But at least that conversation was had and there's no like animosity. Cause like,
man.
Yeah. I'm sorry that you got like some outstanding kind of things to deal with.
But really, honestly, it's like, if I had to go back all the way to the beginning and do anything again, no matter what, if it's this situation, any situation, a lot of times I'd try it again, because I go into it with the right feelings and the right heart and the right meanings. And anybody that's on the outside doesn't understand and know what's happening on the inside. You just know one version usually, you know what I mean? So there's always two sides to a story, and there's always one side that is very emotional and feels like they're charged and right. And deep down, there's probably things that they aren't right about. And I feel like there are things that I've been deep down that I'm charged about that I'm not right about. And you know what I'm saying? And to be able to, when you are wrong, to say I was wrong, that's how you overcome things. You know what I mean? And get past things and build bonds that are stronger. And that's how any time in my life that if I've gotten to a fight with somebody or an argument with somebody, Derek Perry, he's my best friend. Our first time hanging out was over a fight in basketball. Me and Joey Evans was kicking him and Albert Krieger's ass in basketball, 2-on-2, 3 games in a row or something. I'm sitting there talking shit. Derek pushes me as hard as he can. I fall over Peaches Pope and I jump up. I'm ready to charge him. Everybody's broken. I know we got Spanish class next, and I'm like, I'm gonna whoop his ass. I'm gonna take that little redheaded motherfucker.
Oh my God, you're so tough.
I'm gonna punch
with your
him.
Frosted tips.
Right. I'm gonna punch him right in the face. And this is how it goes down. Like it's very next period. So we're like, I let him go, and I stayed back. I was mad, dude, and I had my fists balled up behind me, and he sat right in front of me. So right when he was going to be sitting down at his desk, and I'm left-handed.
You're
so
like, fuck around and find out.
I was going to show him that left. And dude, when I walked in, he like turned around and looked at me at the door, and he had this shitty little grin on his face. Just this little assholey. It still to this day reminds me of A Christmas Story, the movie of the guy with the fox hat on with the little short guy, and they were always chasing him.
Yeah.
Then he gets his ass kicked at the end there, whatever. And he looks up at me and smiles and goes, "Hey, you want to spend the night at my house this weekend?"
What?
And I went, "Sure." And sat down like nothing. And then went to his house. And being his friend sometimes can be hard, man. I've thrown his fishing poles down, and we've grabbed each other on a dock out off of Orlando Avenue in Mims to where we both were about to go off that dock together, you know, and then we're like, sorry, you know what I mean? And so,
I can't fight like that with my friends.
And I love that man, and I'd do anything for him, and he'd do anything for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like it takes like Karen to solve anything, and sometimes it's too hard to. Sometimes you want to run from that. Sometimes you don't. Sometimes you're ready. Sometimes you're not, and those are all okay. I'm just like really proud of the fact that no matter what, you know, like this last month might be tough for me, right? That I'm like perfectly okay and happy and like thankful, and it's kind of all of you guys, man.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean? And there's
We love you.
There's so many more.
Yeah, back at you.
And it's not that like I don't even have to tell you guys exactly what's going on with me. I don't, because like to me it's important not to disrespect people. You know what I mean? If you disagree with somebody and you're seeking advice, the last thing I like to do is talk shit about anybody. You know what I mean? I like to you know, maybe give a bit about what I'm going through personally, but I always try to defend that other person, because I'm like I'm a ride or die with the people that I love and care, even if I disagree with them. You know what I mean? Like any of you guys could do something that I totally disagree with, you know, and I'll say it to you, but I still am always going to be there. And if anybody talks shit about you, I'm going to I got your back. You know what I mean? I'm going to defend you, because that's what's right, you know? And when we were kids, the gossips and the shit it's different, you know, it's a different time. Like we're over 40 now, man.
Yeah.
Like this is, you know, T, like, what are you, close to 70?
I'm 170 years old, Scott.
Come on, he's a wizard.
But really it's any of the negative things that have happened in my life that have taken a little time to get over, this is the one I'm most proud of, because it's the right reason. It was the right way. It was healthy. I feel, you know, there's a lot of things I'm proud of myself for standing up for myself on, but then there's a lot of things that lessons that I've learned on things that I feel like I might be wrong on. And it's not over, just a woman or anything too. Like it's so much bigger than that for me. Like, I'm going through, big changes financially, that are smart, like good moves, like to where I, you know, from a wasting money mentality to a not wasting money mentality, you know what I mean? And I'm really working hard on that. And a couple things are happening that are really helping me on that. So, and that's part of the process of, is this podcast something that I always want to do? Or is it something that we'll ever push hard enough to really get some money revenue generated? And I think there will be. It'll be a few years. It could be sooner. You never know. But it takes the right, you know, chemistry of situation. And, you know, it's all important to me. So I'm going to fight for everything I believe in.
Aww.
And now your daughter's bringing some money in for you too.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh
She
my
can pay
God.
she can pay her own movie ticket and
I know, right?
her own dinner.
She's awesome, man. I'm so proud of her.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that's the gist of it all.
At the end of the day,
you know?
you're a great dad.
Yeah.
You always got that.
I like coming outside of this. It's like, my network and circle of people that I have make me feel so safe, and I would trust all of you guys with anything of mine, you know. And thank you.
You're welcome.
You got it.
Mm-hmm.
Very much.
Are you gonna have a good weekend?
Yeah. I don't know what we're doing. We talked about doing the beach, but it's supposed to be rainy this
We
weekend.
might cruise out.
Maybe just Allie's got to work Saturday from like 10:30 to 4, I think. And then Sunday she's got something going on in the morning.
Maybe do some lunch.
I think her and Zach are going to church, and then probably lunch. So either in the evening, probably in the evening time, we're at least going to take a drive out and just to get out and walk a little bit.
Cool.
Well,
So
My parents have a pool now. We live there.
oh yeah,
and
The kids love
we got
it.
to get you guys over here swimming with us one weekend. Too.
Now I'm confident in their swimming. So yeah.
Yeah, man.
and Colleen's birthday is coming up next week, so
Oh yeah.
we'll probably be celebrating that.
Oh,
this
I keep
weekend.
forgetting. Yeah.
That's right. Her big 40th here was.
Yeah. You remember that surprise? Oh my God.
Remember when Silas was breakdancing in the front?
Yeah.
He won't dance for
4
anybody
years
anymore.
ago.
He won't even dance for anybody anymore.
You could have went to the Olympics.
I hate it when the kids turn to that age where they're like embarrassed to do stuff that like was fun.
Yep.
It's like, oh man.
I know, right?
Don't forget how to have fun like I did.
I know.
If you say break dance, I think John Carr. Right.
Oh yeah. My God.
No clue.
High school.
No.
And
Oh, hey, Ryan Otis.
What?
Ryan.
mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna spill his information.
Okay, I'm holding it up. Maybe next time.
I'm not gonna say something like that without like.
Cool.
Oh yeah.
It's about to drop it.
No, you gotta check with him first. I mean, who knows?
You
Who
got a
knows?
brain
I don't know.
transplant last month.
Oh my God.
It was cool getting to go to astronaut too. Allie, when we registered, she's gonna be a junior, right? Walking in that school, nothing's changed. There's this little kid behind us with the little freshman with his mom, and he's like, "I wonder if it's been like this forever." I said, "The only thing that's different is we used to have a rubber basketball court
Yep.
that was maroon and gold."
I remember that.
So
But
now we have
meanwhile,
a normal basketball
THS
court.
is unrecognizable to me. Like, I'm so jealous of the kids now because I always hated y'all at astronaut. Yeah, the covered walkways. You never had to go anywhere in the rain, get pooped on.
Yeah.
And our campus was like getting built. So like when I played sports, we didn't have the soccer field there. We didn't have the baseball field there. I didn't drive. So to get to practices and stuff was hard. And now they have all of that right there.
What are you talking about? Pooped on?
By birds.
Oh, birds.
Oh my
Like,
God. Oh, my
wondering about
poor
that, too.
friends. Like,
where'd you
Amy
go
and
to
Holly
school?
used to get pooped on all the time. It was
Seagulls.
like crazy. Yes.
Hilarious.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Anyways, yeah, you wouldn't know, you Merritt Island stuck up snob. Anyways.
So thank you guys.
All right. We'll talk to you soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We'll do this again?
next
Do this
week.
again sometime?
Next week, I'm ready to kind of get back going again.
Kids don't have
Getting all
school
this
next
going
week,
again?
so we might not really be around.
School's coming up, so it's going to be a little gnarly. Just know every time with this podcast, it might be just me and T. It might be just me and Colleen. Brent might say, "Hey, I need to come over." Let's just keep it flowing, keep it nice and simple like we always do.
I'm thankful.
All right. I love you.
I love you too. Love all of you. Thank
Bye.
you very much.
Bye.
Whispers.
Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. Saying you're gonna be alright. Dude, that shit's killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.